Tosh, as I read it, this translates as follows. You're a good copper, but you're fat, unfit, and unambitious. Now, would you say that was a fair summary?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Constable. I think this young lady was before us.
Can I help you, love?
No. Thank you. I can wait.
You quite sure?
That's very kind of you. We shouldn't be too long, should we, Constable?
It's the unambitious bit I object to. Like it's a crime or something. Well, all the ambitious people I know are either divorced or separated or over the side. They've risked their lives for the job. Well, I am not prepared to sacrifice my family for that. They suffer enough as it is.
But they wouldn't want to see you dropping dead from heart failure, would they? So how about losing a bit of weight, eh? Just for the family?
But this was weeks ago now. It might be nothing to you, young man, but it's been a very unpleasant experience for us, I can tell you.
I haven't slept properly since it happened. We've had to move into my sister's flat while she's away. I can't bear to be at home.
Yeah, well, I'm very sorry to hear that, Mrs. Cleveland.
No, you're not. You're just sorry we keep coming in. Well, we have every right to come in, and we shall continue to come in until we get satisfaction. We're ratepayers.
We want to see a detective.
Yeah, one of the inspectors. Here we are. Lines. Does that name ring a bell?
Well, what do you say? You been cast yet? I don't actually think it's all that funny, Gov.
Look, I'm not going to flatter you, Tosh. It was an honest assessment. If you don't like it,
Are you unhappy with the work I do?
you're getting touchy in your old
Well,
age.
are you?
Leave it. There you are. You've got something better to do.
Yeah, DC lines.
Clearing up after the chimps' tea party.
Kath, you won't forget that meeting this afternoon, will you?
What time is it?
2:30. You okay?
Never better.
Mr. Lyons, isn't it? About time, too.
Is there something wrong with Kathy Marshall today, or is it just me?
I don't know.
So we've been screened out, have we? Not enough points. I do know about these things.
We don't do that anymore.
I mean, you're actually doing something about our case.
We are looking into it, yes.
Why hasn't anyone been round?
Well,
Well, yes, that's not good enough. Not only did they break into our house and steal many of our most treasured possessions, they also covered the walls in graffiti. This Zen, Mark of Zorro, whatever it is they call it.
yes, I do know. I was there.
Now, you know, this gang has stuck elsewhere, so if you're not going to do anything about it, we victims will organise ourselves into a pressure group and force you. Do I make myself clear?
Sarge.
But you...
Whatever it is, dear, don't expect them to do anything about it.
If you ever do that to me again, I'll hang you out of a top floor window by your pickled walnuts. Understand?
What's going on here? Yes, sir. Can I help you, love?
It's all right.
Yes, Sarge!
Right, can I have a word? Sir? I don't want to preempt this week's meeting, but are we making any headway with this Zorro posse?
Not exactly, sir, no.
That's a shame.
Mind a step. You all right?
What's going on?
Passed out in the front office.
Shouldn't you be in the surgeon's room?
Oh, come on, Kath.
All right.
I'm sorry, this is really very, very embarrassing.
No, that's all right, don't you worry. Would you like some water? Kath?
Yes, thank you.
Would you like to tell us why you came in?
I don't want to bother you. I shouldn't have come, should I? I've been enough
No,
trouble
no,
already.
you're
all right,
right.
here.
It's all right. No, you just stay there. You don't have to tell us.
There's probably nothing. I was attacked by a man, that's all. I expect it happens all the time.
Did he actually,
No, it's not rape.
anyone you know? Do you feel well enough to talk about it?
I suppose so. If you think it would do any good.
Kath, can you stay with her? I'll go and get a WPC.
June?
Sorry?
You doing anything?
Not particularly.
Well, we've got a woman in the office. She's been attacked. She's not raped, but she's pretty shook up. I think it's genuine. Do you think you could sit in with Tosh?
Sure.
Great.
Oh, June. This is Julie.
Julie. June Ackland. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel a bit better now, thank you.
Ah, that's good. Can I just sort something out? Why didn't you call us straight away on Saturday night?
I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter now. You're here.
I felt stupid, all right, that's all. It was a stupid mistake. It shouldn't have happened. I should have got a taxi. I should have gone home earlier.
It's all right.
I know it sounds daft, but I've got to ask. What were you wearing?
You mean, was I wearing a see-through top and a slash leather miniskirt?
Yeah, that sort of thing, yeah. You see, we've only got to get a man in court, and his defence brief's sure to ask. That's the first thing he'll do. And all we need is a senile old judge, and he'll get off. No, we don't want that, do we?
I was wearing an old duffel coat over a dowdy, calf-length, floral print dress. I looked like a junior school teacher.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a junior school teacher.
Sarge, can I see you now?
Just talk us through it. There's plenty of time. No rush.
It was just before midnight. I got the night bus to the corner of Rowlands Avenue and I cut through Mortimer Road. I didn't hear him at first, but I knew someone was following me. I could feel him staring at me. It was very dark. There aren't many street lamps round there. I walked faster. He walked faster too. So I crossed over. As I did, I looked round and I saw him on the other side. I turned the corner into Park Road. I was almost home and he just...
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. He just hit me. He was running. I didn't hear him till he was right behind me. He pushed me over hard. I was on the pavement, on my face. I couldn't breathe. He must have been kneeling on my back. He shoved his hand in my mouth and told me to shut up, not to scream, that he wasn't going to hurt me. I thought there were two of them there. But he kept talking to this bloke called Stanley, like he was right next to him, very quietly. Come on, Stanley. Then I realised it was his knife.
Well, it's things like this morning that get me. That girl. You say I'll go and find a WPC to help her. That's my job. That, not shuffling bits of paper.
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. I'd be happy to have you back on the relief. I mean, God knows we're short-staffed enough, and you're an experienced copper, but it's not my decision. It's down to the boss. So what I suggest you do is go away, think about it, and if you still feel the same, see what he says.
I will.
Any kind of description you can give us will help.
But I didn't even see him.
What about when you cross the road? You saw him then, didn't you?
Oh, I suppose so. He was wearing a hat. Yes, I remember. A black woolly hat.
Was he short or tall?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, do you reckon he was shorter or taller than me?
Shorter.
Right. I'll put him down as very short then. Hey, come on. Come on, now stop it. Come on. Stop it.
He said he was going to kill me. He kept calling me a filthy slut. Slut! He kept on
one you're looking for. You start at that end. I'll take this block.
I hope you're not thinking of getting any overtime in the next 6 months to feed that army of infants of yours. Unless, of course, you fancy helping out on this Zorro case. Brownlow's getting stick over it. It's about the only thing we're going to be allowed to pursue.
Glove, look at this.
What?
Ackland Avenue, Dorset Road, Sandringham Road, and now on Saturday night, Park Road. All attacks on women.
So?
It's the same bloke, Gov. Listen. Slut. He called me a slut repeatedly. Filthy slut. He had a knife, craft knife, a Stanley knife. Black hat, black hat. He's been staring us in the face. I couldn't give a toss about budgets, Gov. I just want to get this lunatic before he kills someone.
That's my flat up there, first floor.
Can you show me where it happened?
If you like. It's over here.
Thanks. I'm sorry to keep going over it, but I think we've got a really good chance of nicking him.
You think so?
Yes. But not if you hadn't come to see us.
I don't see what difference it makes. I've hardly told you anything.
It all helps.
It's here, this corner. Doesn't look much in daylight, does it? I had to walk past on my way to come and see you. It made me shiver.
Look, do you want me to get June to stay with you for a bit? Just for company?
That would be nice, yes, thank you. Thanks for listening.
It's all right. That's what I'm here for.
Frankly, I'm not interested in whether you think you're the wrong person for the job. I need something more positive than that. This armed robbery that you dealt with when you were on the beat before, it shook you up, didn't it?
Yes, sir, but I'm over all that now.
Was that an act of foolhardiness or courage?
I don't think it was either, sir. I just thought I was doing my job.
But it shook you up and you needed a change. You needed to get away.
Yes, sir.
And now you need to get away again.
No, sir, I need to get back. I never thought of the LIO's job as permanent.
Really? Nobody told me that.
Sir, if you don't want me on the relief...
I didn't say that. I'll give it some thought.
Thank you, sir.
I'll be looking for you. You still interested in some overtime, then? Brownlow has definitely got it in for this Zorro bunch. He reckons 4 of us could crack it. A car and a van. You listening to me? You haven't been to see that bank manager again, have you?
I thought so. Gov, come and look at this. All attacks on women.
Oh, God, you're getting obsessed.
Ackland Avenue, Dorset Road, Sandringham Road, and now over the weekend, Park Road.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, but it gets worse. Now, if you go back a couple of years ago, Mortimer Road, 1 attack and 1 attempted. 3 years ago, Rochester Way, 2 attacks. It goes on and on and on.
And you think it's all the work of the same man?
Yeah, but listen. If you look at the crime books, the attacks take place at peaks of activity. I mean, every one of them, just when we're at the busiest. Answering lots of calls. I mean, it's almost like an inside job.
Well, I don't believe that for a minute.
Well, he might have a radio or something, a frequency scanner. Someone else tried to nick him before, but we've always had no manpower.
Yeah, we've got a fat chance now then, haven't we?
But listen, Gov, all the attacks take place in the same area. You've got the railway on one side and the cemetery on the other. It's a perfect place for a sterile area surveillance.
Oh, come on.
Listen, if you put the main obos here, here, and here, and the rest on these corners here, we can monitor everything that goes in and out of there. Nothing can move without us seeing it.
And how many men's this going to involve? 40? 50?
No, I reckon about 30.
9 to 5, is this?
Oh, come on, Gov.
Listen, I've just come from a meeting where they have been moaning about CID wasting money.
What, and you call this wasting money?
Look, things are tight. We've got too many crimes, too few people, and no money.
You going for a promotion, are you, Gov? Because it sounds like it.
I don't try and get smart.
What are you going to spend it on then?
We need results.
The Cleghorns. That's it, isn't it?
Now listen.
They come in here, they cause a bit of bother, and they go right to the top of the pile.
They are victims like everyone else.
I'll tell you about victims, shall I? I've spent the whole morning with a girl who's never done anything to anybody, who's never complained about anything. And then this man comes along, this maniac with a knife, and threatens to kill her. Her life lies in little pieces. Same as every other victim. Well, those who come forward. How many do you reckon that is? 3 in 10? Well, if you're prepared to give in to that without a fight, if you're prepared to let him go on attacking women, well, that's your business. Yours and Brownlow's, but it's not mine. Now, are you going to do something? Well, are you? Sir?
I would have stabbed him.
Here.
Thank you. I had an old hat pin in my handbag. Only I was lying on it, so I couldn't reach it.
Yeah, it's probably just as well you couldn't.
Why?
Because you could have got into a lot of trouble.
What, protecting myself?
The law states that you can do what is reasonably necessary to protect yourself. Offensive weapons are a problem.
He had a weapon.
I know.
I remembered something. I bit his hand.
Well, good for you. Most people just freeze.
Why didn't I remember that before? He had his hand jammed in my mouth and I bit it hard. I drew blood. Why didn't I remember that? It's so stupid.
It's probably shock.
Yes, come in.
Have a word, sir.
Yes, fine. Judy, could you look up? Thanks. Yes, what is it?
Lyons thinks he's detected a pattern in attacks on women in Sector D. He reckons it's the work of one man. It's similar to a case about 2 years ago. A man armed with a craft knife.
No, I don't remember.
Anyway, he thinks if we set up a sterile area, we could catch him.
More overtime. That's all you people seem to think about. How many men?
30 should do the job.
Well, you better leave it with me. Better still, why don't you get some facts and figures together for the meeting?
Right.
Personally, I'd rather you crack the Zorro posse first. One thing at a time, eh?
Right, sir. Well, he wants you to get some facts and figures ready for the meeting. That means no, doesn't it? Maybe, maybe not.
So at best we get a couple of blokes on it for a few weeks, eh? And that'll be it. I mean, how many more attacks does he want? I'll give you facts and figures.
Oi, come here. Who do you think you are, Batman? He's not going to give you anything if you go charging in there shouting at him. I should know. You've got to learn. You've got to play the game. Let him think he's boss. Let him win. Then give in gracefully. And next time, he'll give
And
you
next time somebody gets killed.
Look, if you want to do something useful instead of being a spoilt brat, you can plan out those obbos for the meeting, right?
Sir, I wondered, has Kathy Marshall been in to see you yet?
She has.
What do you think? What we could do with her? I mean, she made a good acting sergeant.
The day she was acting sergeant, nothing happened.
No, but she'd be good.
Well, I suppose Mr. Conway will have to find another LIO then.
Sir.
Constable, how nice to see we're being taken seriously at last. I can't remember telling you we'd moved here, but I suppose we must have done. It's temporary, of course, until my sister-in-law returns from holiday, but we had to get away. My wife can't bear to be at home. You understand, of course.
Of course.
Anyway, it's just as well that you appeared. I was about to complain about our treatment of the local paper. From what I read, your chief superintendent is highly sensitive to bad public relations. Am I right?
Yeah, Nicholas Jones, crime desk, is it? Hi, Nick. It's Tosh. Tosh Lyons from Sunhill. How you doing? Listen, can you do me a favour? Just one phone call.
How much longer is this building work going on?
I've no idea, sir. They don't talk to me. I've given up looking for that flaming site manager. He's never around anymore.
All right, I'll get it. Brownlow? Oh, yes, Marion, put him through.
Do you want me to,
Oh, it's all right, dear. Chief Superintendent Brownlow? Yes, we've spoken before. What can I do for you? Really? And where did you get this information? Well, for a start, it's inaccurate. I'm well aware of the situation, and action is being taken. No, I can't tell you the nature of the action without prejudicing the plan. And that applies to your proposed coverage. Do I make myself clear? I'm also a very good friend of your editor. All right? Good. Thank you.
Now, this one here is a Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. It's got a perfect view down Mortimer Road. This first floor flat here is Julie Gardner's. And this is the ideal operations base. There's a community centre. This first floor flat looks right down Bentley Road. Superb, brilliant view.
And what's the name of that one?
I can't remember.
I thought you made notes.
Oh, yes, I do remember, yeah. Cleghorn.
Oh, no, not them. Not the Cleghorns.
Yeah, they've moved temporarily.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. Put Ted Roach in there. He'll get on with them like an ass on fire.
This flat here should give us a perfect view down Bentley Road.
Who's in that one?
Roach.
No, I mean the occupants.
Oh, sorry, sir, I can't read Lyons' writing. Anyway, with another couple of cars just outside the zone, that should be it. We may have to call in some extra manpower from outside the division, if that's possible.
Yeah, well, you'd have to. We can't spare that many.
Well, it's very interesting. Any comments, anybody? Any objections? Right, Saturday night and early Sunday morning seems to be the optimum time. I suggest we go ahead as soon as possible, like this weekend. That's if we can all be ready on time. I'll get on to area headquarters and rustle up some reinforcements. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Frank, could I have a quick word?
Sir?
I just wanted to let you know that I decided to go ahead with this operation. The decision had nothing to do with a crude attempt at moral blackmail by a member of your department. I just want you to give them this message. If they try a stunt like that again, they're suspended. And if you don't get your rabble under control, the same might well apply to you. Clear?
Yes, sir. I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news.
He said no.
He said yes. It's on for Saturday, if we can set it up in time. That's the good news.
What's the bad news?
If you ever drop me in it like that again, you're out of a job.
No loss to the force, eh, Gov? Fat, unfit, and unambitious.
Right, for those of you who've not met me before, I'm D.I. Burnside, and I'm in charge. Now, our job tonight is basically very simple. We've got a nutter on our ground who's been attacking women, and we're going to nick him. But we've got two problems. The first one is, none of the victims reckon they can make a positive ID. All we know is he's short and always wears some kind of mask or a balaclava over his face, which means we've got to catch him at it. Now, the second problem is that he's clever, seems to know what's going on, which is why we're not going to use bait. He'd smell it. Now, this is his patch between the railway lines and the cemetery. There were a couple of attacks here 2 years ago. Then he seemed to move elsewhere. Now he's back, and everything points to more attacks here, which is why we're going to shut it off and set up a sterile area. We've got obos at these points, giving views down all the major roads and junctions. So, let's turn over the stone and see what wriggles.
I've just had a Mr. Cleghorn on the phone asking when you're going round. Apparently everything's ready for you. He seems to think this whole operation's about his break-in. He thinks you're after the Zorro posse. Would somebody mind telling me what's going on?
I'd like to have been in on this one.
You dealt with the last victim, didn't you?
Yeah. Poor kid, she was really shaken up. No, that's all right. Mind you, she fought back. I think that made her feel better.
Is that the one who bit the lump out of the bloke's hand?
Yeah.
Sarge, There's a Mrs. Valerie Martin here. Sounds like she needs help.
All right, I'll take it over here.
Line 3.
Right.
Hello, Scannell. Can I help you?
Cheerio then.
Hello, can I help you?
Okay, could you stop some of
Yes, no, it's no trouble. Can you give me your address, please? June! No, it's no trouble at all. We'll get someone over to you, all right? Yeah, thank you.
Can you go over and see this Mrs. Valerie Martin at this address? She says her husband's threatened to kill her.
Oh, thanks.
All this fuss because of me.
It's no bother, Julie. We want to get him.
But it's Saturday night. You should be out enjoying yourselves.
We are. Can you put the light up for us, please?
Yeah.
Ta. Curtains.
You must be the detectives. At last. I'm Brian Cleggle, and this is my wife Brenda, but then you knew that already. Do come in.
I thought the occupant of the flat was a Miss Jennings.
Oh, that's my sister-in-law. This is her flat. We moved here after our burglary. We told you.
Shoes.
Oh, yes. Take your shoes off, please.
What?
We don't wear outdoor shoes in the house.
Ray? Oh, it's you.
Sierra Oscar to Sierra 1.
11:15.
Pickups 18, that's 18 Jubilee Crescent.
You organise then?
Yes, go.
On our way.
Red 1 to all units. Call in sequence, if you've received this signal.
Red 2 to... Red 2 to Red 1. Message received, over.
Received.
I assume you didn't know we would be spending the night with the Cleghorns?
If I'd known, I'd have gone sick.
Well, we've been set up. I'll remember that.
Has he done this before?
Yeah,
And how long's he been gone?
since last night.
Mm-hmm. You've no idea where he might be?
Why?
Could it be the same place each time?
He never talks about it.
Could he be with another woman?
Don't know.
But you think he'll come back?
I suppose so.
Right. Look, what's all this about him threatening to kill you?
Well, he hasn't done that.
What?
That was a mistake.
So he didn't threaten you?
No, not exactly.
Right. Well, that's that then. I better be going.
Oh, no, wait. Can't you stay for a bit?
Well, yeah, okay. Look, I'll have to tell them back at the station.
Red 2. Male, IC1, 35 to 40. Black raincoat, headed toward you. Over.
Got him.
Hey, Mike. Look at these two. That takes me back.
When to? Last night?
That's the way to spend Saturday nights.
I needed that, thank you. It's a nice place you got here. You mind if I look round?
Please not. Well, it's a bit messy. Do you need to?
No, I won't if you don't want me to.
No, go on, it's fine.
How long have you both lived here?
2 years.
You decorate it yourself?
Ray did.
He's done a good job.
That's Ray's room.
Bit of a fitness freak, is he?
Yeah.
And a radio ham. What exactly does Ray do?
He's unemployed.
No, I mean before that.
Nothing much, this and that.
I've always wanted to go on one of these. Do you mind?
I don't think Ray would like it.
Yeah, well, he's not here though, is he?
No, please don't. He'd know.
Okay.
You finished in here then?
Yeah. Tell me, Val, why did you say your husband had threatened to kill you?
I suppose I panicked. He's been acting strange, that's all. It's nothing.
And what are you so nervous about then?
I'm not.
Yes, you are. But do you want me to go?
No.
Well, is something bothering you? Do you want to talk to me about it?
No.
Alpha 692, Foxtrot Lima, Mexico, pulling up at number 27. That's 27, male and female, IC1, early 50s, going in.
Did you get all that?
Red 8. Go. Lucia Uno, Echo 217, Foxtrot
Hiya.
Lima. Pulled away
We disturbing you?
94.
Oh, no, I couldn't see.
That's west.
I'm not surprised.
They're still at it.
Shouldn't be allowed. Any sign, yeah?
No.
Pity. If I ever get my hands on them, well, I wouldn't be responsible for my actions, that's all. Oh, you're eating.
I'm afraid we don't eat food in this room.
Sometimes I just don't know what he's thinking. It goes quiet, like he's in another world or something.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Half our PCs are like that. Oh, look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to joke about it, but I really don't see what else we can do. Perhaps I'd better be going. Are these your husbands?
Yeah.
Interested in the police, is he?
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll wait a bit longer. You never know, he might come back. He might be pleased to see a real one.
There's a bloke here doing a phone box.
They're not still at it.
There's a lot of mileage in them yet.
I don't know how they manage to breathe.
I bet you they'll be going at it for at least another 10 minutes, solid.
Rubbish.
Fiver.
You're on.
I don't think he's going to turn up tonight. I'll be okay if you want to go.
No, it's all right. I'll wait a bit longer. I'll tell you what, why don't you make us both another cup of coffee? Help keep me awake.
All right.
Look, I'll just pop to the loo.
Receiving. Can you go to Clitheroe Court? There's a man breaking the house up. Second report this evening.
What are you doing?
I was just interested.
Hello, hello, hello. She shouldn't have called you out.
Well, she was worried.
She was worried. You worried?
Yeah.
Well, here I am. So there we are.
You should tell your wife where you're going, Mr. Martin, then she wouldn't have to worry.
She doesn't have to worry. I'm here. I always come back. Women worry too much.
Business, is it?
What is?
Well, your trips away.
That's right.
What exactly do you do?
Like you said. Business.
I'd better be getting back.
No. This is interesting. Let's talk about you.
Well, what about me?
Been in a job long?
Too long.
Good at your job, are you?
I manage.
Going for a promotion?
I don't think so.
Come.
No, thank you. You're very interested in the police, aren't you?
How much you say that?
Well, you read Police Review. You'd have to be interested.
Maybe.
Why are you?
Stand up.
What for?
Stand up.
Oh.
Women worry too much. They turn me down, you know. I bet I could do the job just as well as you can.
Why did they turn you down?
Not tall enough, that's what they said. I could tackle people twice my height. Doesn't matter how tall you are if you're weak. And I'm not weak.
No, I'm sure.
Nobody messes me about.
Male, ICU-1, wearing a brown coat, black hat, short. Heading your way, Gov.
Yeah, I got him. He looks right. Hold it. He's going down towards Park Road. That's Tosh down there, isn't it?
103.
Yeah, Tosh and Jim are halfway down.
Tosh, keep an eye on this guy heading towards you.
Yeah, got him, Gov. Yeah.
Julie! Julie!
Sorry.
It doesn't matter, love. Yeah, I'll take them. Have a look. That bloke down there. Could he be the one?
He could be. Yes.
How is it you get to do the job and I don't, when I could crush you with my little finger?
Well, I don't know.
No. Neither do I.
You can always do your bit. I mean, there's neighbourhood watch, that kind of thing.
Oh, I do my bit.
Crime really worries you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it worries me a lot.
Like a hobby, almost.
Almost.
What about the radio?
Radio.
Is that like a hobby too?
Yeah.
Can I have a go on it?
No, it's not working at the moment.
That's a shame. Anyway, all this talk about crime and radios. I'd better be getting back on the beat. It's been nice to meet you, Val. At least we found your husband for you. And, nice to meet you too. Keep up the good work. Like I said, I'd better be going.
Tosh, what's he doing?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Red 4. Gov, there's a woman, early 20s, in a short, pale jacket, heading down towards the corner. That's the junction with Rowlands Avenue. Go on, sir. Red 7. Target female moving past us now. Red 8. Got a... She's heading his way. Gov, he's at her footsteps. It looks like he's getting ready.
Oh, dear. Oh, well.
Stand by all units.
Good.
Wherever the action is, it's not at this end of the block.
What's he playing at? Tosh, any movement yet? Look, turn that thing off, will you, Viv? It's driving me bonkers.
Sarge, I know who the attacker is. It's Mrs. Martin's husband, Ray. That's what she was trying to say. Look, can you tell Mr. Burnside quickly? But use the phone. This guy's got a radio set and a frequency scanner. He can hear us.
OK, June. Sue, will you get me the number for Mr. Burnside's oboe? Quick.
He's hiding, waiting to jump.
Sierra Oscar from 643. Martin's on his way out. I'm following, over.
Yes, understood, June.
Be careful.
Damn it.
Get him.
I'm a police officer! They'll look after you!
Hey!
Get him!
Why stand me?
Come on, you gotcha!
You're Nick, pal.
You all right? Yeah, I think so. I'm just scared.
Well done, everybody.
Oh, come on, you.
Here, hang about, Tosh.
What's the matter?
He's not our man. He's a flasher. We might as well pack it in. Go on, boys. We've blown it for tonight. Just have to try again.
Need any help?
No. Thank you.
Oh, look. They've finished. Wonder if that's a world record.
I don't care, as long as I get my $5.
Ted.
We've got the Zorro posse.
It's them! It's them! Oh, come on, quickly! Get away!
Shoes!
Where the hell are our shoes?
Where did you put
Come on!
Outside the back door.
You stupid bitch!
How dare you!
They're getting away!
Shut up! I'm talking to you.
Are you all right? Yeah, careful, it's all right. You're all right, sweetheart. Yeah, there, it's okay, you're all right now. Sierra Oscar from 643. A woman attacked in Eldridge Mews. The suspect heading towards the cemetery. Ambulance, please, now.
What's going on?
Look after her!
Tosh? Tosh?
Come on. Come on.
Get Burnside now! Jules! It's over, Jules, it's over!
Easy,
We've got him!
Easy.
No, leave it, Jules.
Easy.
Come on!
Come here.
Go.
Hello, sir. Going undercover?
No. I have an engagement.
Oh, yeah, it's the freebie for the fat cats and the subcontractors, isn't it?
It's a working supper at which our refurbishment main contractors will host a discussion on arrangements for the final stages of the Sun Hill development. Yes, it's a freebie, but don't tell Inspector Monroe. I don't want him giving me that knowing smirk all day tomorrow. Any problems?
Tea time on a freezing cold Sunday.
Good. Well, if anything important does crop up, and I stress important, you can get me at that number.
Oh, that's Groom Construction's headquarters, is it?
No, since you ask. It's the Wellesley Hotel.
Wellesley Hotel? Oh, very nice.
Yes. Well, I deserve a few perks for the nervous breakdown I've got with this expansion. I'll call in again later.
What, after the nuts and pork?
And not a word to Monroe, right?
Right, sir.
Next week's duties, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
Was that Chief Inspector Conway I saw leaving?
Well, it could be, sir. He is the senior late duty officer.
In his best overcoat?
And his only overcoat.
I wanted to live on a building site, I'd have been a brickie.
I thought Irishmen voted home on building sites. Where's your pioneer spirit? I like a bit of mess.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Look out, there's a DI about.
What?
Gordon Ray.
All right, lads.
Yeah, fine, thanks.
I thought you were on leave, Gov.
Tomorrow. 10 days to get the drug squad out of my system, then I'm ready for the Sun Hill Superstars.
Where you off to?
Skiing in Austria.
Oh, aye. One of the girls in admin's just got back. She broke her leg. You want a cake?
No, thanks. I said I'd be home for tea and crumpets. Nothing occurring then?
No, just case preparation for the CPS. And stand help if you like.
You know you'll love it, really. See you soon, then. Broken leg or not.
Right.
Look, I know not a lot happens on a Sunday late, but maybe one of you ought to be near the phone.
He's right, you know.
He's certainly previous. I don't know whether he's good news or not.
I thought you counted the days. If Burnside's sweating, we're laughing, aren't we?
Well, we should be. But if he cramps Burnside style, he'll cramp one or two others as well, won't he?
There's nothing wrong with your style, Ted. Mind you, I don't suppose he gets a bundle on bottles of whiskey in off his drawers.
And then again, you can never be sure when you're going to get a really severe winter like 86. Or was it
Sun Hill
87?
Police, can I help
Well,
you?
anyway, you still stand to lose a lot, even if you cover them in newspaper, and that can be a real sickness.
Could you hold the line a
One
moment,
year I
please,
grew these
sir?
great tubers, as
Sarge.
big as an elephant's.
Reported abduction. A young child.
Which phone box is it? There are 3 near Candyfields. Sierra Oscar from Sierra 1. Can you tell us which phone box it is, please? Apparently there are 3 in the vicinity.
Belfit Road, just along from the public toilets. Now, one of the witnesses is wearing jeans and a black leather jacket, and the other one's got dark trousers and a grey jacket with a hood.
There's the phone box. That's where I am. That must be then. Mr. Deacon?
Yeah, sorry. We were trying to see if we could spot anything.
Right, what are we looking for? What happened?
Well, we were driving along, and there was this bloke on the road in front of us, holding on to a kid. Well, he runs across the road into the bushes there.
Sierra 1 receiving over. Got the seek and search, Ken?
Yeah, we're in
Boy or girl?
A boy.
And the guy, was he holding his hand or what?
No, he had him by the arm, dragging him, and the kid was screaming.
Your name, pal?
Stewart, Mark Stewart.
And how old, the kid?
He looked about 7 or 8. A blonde hair. Well, they went in over there.
Right, do you want to show us?
Yeah.
Cheers, Ken. Sierra Oscar from 595.
Receiving.
Looks like a goer, Sarge. There's the start of a definite trail leading through the undergrowth into Canley Fields.
Oh, right. Well, could you ask the 2 witnesses to stay put, Tony? CID are coming to fetch him.
Oh, good evening, sir. Sorry to interrupt your junketing. Well, whatever. I'm afraid it's gone a bit pear-shaped at this end, sir. A possible child abduction on Canley Fields. We've set the wheels in motion. Right, sir. Drive carefully.
Come in. You ever been in a police station before?
No.
Shut the door, will you? Well, it's not the standard decor, of course. It's usually much worse. Yeah, I'll make yourself at home, mate. Bring the chair up.
Cheers.
Right then. Now let's see what we got.
Right, could we start off with your full name and address, Mr. Deacon?
Why have you split us up?
Normal procedure. Avoids any confusion.
Robert Allen Deacon, 24 Turnford Road.
Guy stopped, looked at us for a second, then he ran off into the bushes dragging the kid with him.
Headlamps full beam, were they?
Yeah, the street lights along there, useless.
And how fast were you travelling in the car?
Dunno, 30, 35. Robbie braked when he saw them, though.
How far ahead of you were they when you first saw them?
About 50 yards.
And you stopped?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it looked suspicious. And we heard the kid screaming.
As they were crossing or after they disappeared?
As they were crossing.
No children reported missing?
Not locally. I was going to do a full check with missing persons in case we can make a match on the age and description.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Andrew, what have you done so far?
2 Panda cars on scene, 85 here, 86 here, Sierra 1. There isn't a helicopter already up. We're awaiting word from IR on that. All other available bodies are mustering here in 5 minutes, so you can brief them. Which just gives me time to brief you first, sir.
Right, thank you.
So,
I've given the bogs a quick once-over. Nothing helpful.
Here's a briefing. We're going to try a bit further round till they tell us different.
Is he going big on it then?
Well, if he authorises 2 men and a dog, we might as well not bother.
Canley Field comprises roughly 30 acres of open space. Much of it is in a natural or overgrown state. Now, there's no real boundary fence. Now, the 2 main points of access are here by the toilets and here by the car park. Now, Panda 86 is here. The rest of you will rendezvous with Panda 85 here at the toilet. Something funny about that, Garfield?
No, sir.
You'll fan out from this point in a broad arc, moving towards the Prynne Road boundary. Now, there'll be 3 dog handlers and a TSG unit on the way. Now, don't get in front of the dogs. Otherwise, you take your orders on the ground from Inspector Monroe, unless he instructs you to take orders from Sergeant Cryer or Sergeant Peters. Now, I'm sure I should be able to cope here without you, Alec.
Sir?
Anything new from the witnesses?
No, but they've both been very cooperative and there's no discrepancies between their stories.
You think this is a hoax?
I'm not saying that.
Until it's proved otherwise, this is a genuine incident. A child's life could be at stake.
So I'll go and find out where it was starting from. All right, just...
Sarge, you got it?
Tony, can you show this dog handler man where the reported point of entry was? Yeah.
Right, mate. Sarge?
Yes.
You got a spare tool, specialist?
No. Alec, have you spoken to the TSG sergeant yet?
Haven't seen him yet, no.
Come on, let's move it!
What's happened here? Struggle?
Could be.
So you're clear about what you're doing, yeah?
Are you going round in circles? Trail comes out again here.
Does he know what he's doing?
She?
And she's followed the scent of the broken vegetation. That's all we've asked her to do.
Point being, Sarge, when me and Ken first met the two lads, they were midway between here and down there.
What, where you went in?
Yeah.
So they could have done this themselves?
It's got to be a possibility.
No, tell Mr. Munro. Look, can you join the rest of the sweep, see if you can find something else?
Well done.
Sarah.
Tramping about in the bushes to lay false trails. It's a bit elaborate, isn't it?
Yeah, well, all the best hoaxers are.
I don't think they're the type, Ted.
What do you want? Goofy teeth and half-mast trousers?
Their home addresses check out. The motor's okay. Neither of them got any form. And that trail business could be just one coincidence. Nothing to do with the incident at all.
Well, let's just put it to them, shall we? Get a reaction.
Okay.
Funny thing has just cropped up, Robbie. The place you showed PC Stamp, where the man and the boy went into the undergrowth, well, there is a trail there. We followed it through and it doubles back on itself. It comes out onto the road again, about 50 yards along. How would you explain that?
Dunno.
Only when PC Stamp and PC Melvin first met you and Mark, you were midway between the 2 points.
So?
So you didn't see the man and the boy come out again at the second point?
No, we would have told you if we had, wouldn't we?
And you and Mark didn't go into the undergrowth at all, at any point?
No.
You're quite sure?
Yeah. I've said before. We just went along the road a bit. Struth.
What's the matter?
You are. We try to help and you don't believe a word. I wish we hadn't have bothered.
But you did. You were very public-spirited and we're very grateful. So if I could just have a little more of your time. More tea?
No, thanks.
I shouldn't be here. I'm not equipped. Oh, do spread out, Reg, for God's sake. You're supposed to maintain contact, not hold hands.
How can I see with a faulty torch?
Stick it in your gob, perhaps it'll run on gas.
Hey, you know, I should be back at the nerve centre.
You should. I'm CAD Sergeant. It's a total waste of time anyway. And I object to being dragged out in the cold on a wild goose chase.
Quick! Over here!
Anything from Ackland at the children's home?
No, sir.
Chase her up, will you?
643 from Sierra Oscar, are you receiving? Over. 643 from Sierra Oscar.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 1.
Yes, Andrew.
Still no helicopter then, sir?
No. Lippett's Hill won't play ball. The chopper's grounded with an engine fault.
Oh, well.
You don't sound very disappointed.
What seems a good idea at the time doesn't always look so clever in the cold financial light of day, sir.
Look, I deployed the resources and I'll carry the can. It's not your worry, Andrew. Out. Get onto area again, will you? Say that I want another TSG unit, 2 if possible. I want house-to-house inquiries made in all the side street west of Belfit Road and east of Prynne Road.
Sir, they found a suspect.
Right. Come on, empty your pockets out.
Tony?
Come on.
That's Jerry Coombe you got there, isn't it?
Yes, Sarge.
That's hardly easily, is it? You ask him what he's doing here?
Just as usual, he says. He's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'll take him in then.
So, what were you doing in Canley Fields?
Same as I'm always doing.
What, in this weather?
I'm a fresh air fiend. You soon warm up. Why the heavy mob?
A child's been abducted, Jerry. A man was seen dragging a kid onto Canley Fields at 7:30 this evening. Now, the man roughly fits your description.
I want a solicitor.
The duty brief's not very good looking.
I don't care. I want him. I'm not a child molester.
But you were there at 7:30.
I am not a child molester.
What were you doing there?
I've told you.
Who were you doing it with?
I want a solicitor.
Oh, come on, Jerry. This is important.
Ian. I don't know his surname.
Now, let me have a guess. Mulgrave.
Yes.
And where is Ian now, then?
I've no idea. Home, I suppose. We were in a snug little hollow when you lot showed up.
He got frightened, he ran off, he thought you were yobs. They come looking for us sometimes, you know.
But you stayed put.
To one of you lot trod on me, yeah.
And you didn't see or hear anything before the police arrived?
The occasional car. Police siren in the distance, we're always hearing those.
But nobody else going through the undergrowth? No voices?
No screams?
Our little hollow's well tucked away. Sorry.
Any joy?
Definitely a non-runner, in my opinion, sir.
You haven't let him go?
No, but he wants a brief.
Oh. Well, get him one. Keep him happy. He might remember something. You might even be wrong. What about these two lads?
We're giving them supper.
Do they want supper, or would they rather be on their way?
No, they're quite happy to stick around. Honest.
Don't push it, Ted. If all I get out of this is a complaint, I shall be most annoyed.
WPC Ackland's finished at the children's home, sir. No one's missing.
That's it then.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 1. Receiving, over.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Not wishing to give lessons in sucking eggs, sir, but have you considered the slight logistical problem we're going to have in just over half an hour?
What?
Just that the night relief will be arriving for duty and we've got all their vehicles.
Thank you, Andrew.
So we got 24 blokes from the TSG. You need at least 100 to do this place properly. 30 acres? Of course you do if you're going to seal it. And if we're not going to seal it, what's the point? You need men all round the perimeter for when you flush him out, and you need enough men to flush him out.
If he's here.
Well, exactly. More likely he's already through and gone, while Conway is up the road checking with the accountants.
No, I meant if he exists. Well, we better do a bit better than Jerry Coomer.
Coomer proves the point. It was sheer luck treading on him. Could lie up there all night and never get sussed, and the dogs won't find you if they don't know what they're looking for.
It's all right. It's only me.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about the consequences for efficient policing tomorrow morning, sir.
What consequences?
Well, tonight being a quick changeover, it's the late turn who relieve the nightmen in the morning. So if you keep the late men on till, say, 2 a.m, and they insist on their 8 hours away from the station, to which they're fully entitled, there won't be a soul on the streets tomorrow till 10 a.m.
Just thought you'd like to know, sir, I paid a quick visit to Ian Mulgrave.
Who?
Mulgrave, sir. Coomer's friend. He completely corroborates his statement. They were both in Canley Fields together, and they saw and heard nothing.
And you believe them?
Yes, sir. They're both as bent as pins, but I've always found them straight, if you see what I mean.
OK. We'll give it another 10 minutes, Andrew. Then I want a considered assessment of the situation on the ground.
Yes, sir.
Hi. Are you back from... You back from Mulgrave's?
Yeah.
You brought him in?
Not worth it.
Yeah, well, I got a couple of things to check up on. You roast our two heroes out of the canteen, will you?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Narika, that 999 call that came through from Deacon, you took it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was at 19:30 precisely, but it wasn't a 999, it was a direct call.
What? On Sunhill's number?
Yeah.
It's a good one, that like it, yeah. You know the way, don't you?
Yeah.
It's straight up there, yeah.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Hiya.
I think we should swap partners.
What for?
I don't think our Mr. Deacon likes me.
What more is there to say, anyway?
Oh, you'll think of something. So, Mark, how do you like police grub?
Yeah, not bad, really.
Good, good. Take a seat.
Cheers, mate.
Now then, Mark, at the risk of boring you, can we go back to 7:30 this evening? You saw the man and the boy, you stopped the car, you ran to the phone box. What then?
We phoned.
Well, you both got into the phone box?
Yeah.
But it was Robbie who actually made the call.
Yeah, that's right.
He dialed 999.
No, he rang your number here.
You mean he looked up Sunhill Police Station in the directory? It's a bit time-consuming, isn't it, in an emergency?
No, he already knew it. I mean, his Goodwin numbers and that. Not like me, I can't remember nothing.
He knew Sunhill's number. Any idea how?
Phoning about the job, I guess.
The job?
Yeah, you know, about coming a copper. He rang for information how to apply and that.
Robbie wants to be a policeman.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
There is if you make up cock and bull stories to impress everybody.
Sierra Oscar 1 from Sierra Oscar receiving, over.
Our Mr. Deacon wants to be a police officer. This whole bloody circus has been started off by some kid who knows our phone number off by heart.
He's admitted it was a hoax.
The whole thing is a fabrication to prove how wonderfully alert and what an enthusiastic crime buster he could be.
Has he admitted it?
That he wants to be a policeman, yes.
But not that he made this up.
Oh, come off it, Gov. What more do you want? I knew those two were a pair of bozos the minute I laid eyes on them.
Receiving.
Andrew, yes. Have you anything at all to report?
No, sir, nothing. The second sweep's nearly finished.
What do the dog handlers think?
General feeling is we're on a loser, sir. If there was any supporting evidence, they'd be happier, but basically the dogs are just chasing about in the dark, like the rest of us.
OK. Finish the second sweep and pull a plug.
You're calling off the search, sir?
Yes.
Understood.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Deacon.
All right, lads. I noticed they blew the whistle just as we went into overtime, eh? Oh, I don't know.
We are very grateful for your assistance, believe me. But in the absence of any additional evidence that a crime has been committed, well, there is a limit to what we can do.
Yeah, sure.
So, thanks again for coming forward. And if anything comes up, we'll let you know. Bye, Mr. Stewart.
Cheers.
Mr. Deacon.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Please.
Thanks.
We should be charging him with wasting police time.
So you've said.
You're not being a nuisance at all, Mrs. Butler, but I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. I've got the details, so... Yes, of course we will. Just stay at home and we'll be in touch. You're welcome. Bye. Graham Butler, aged 8, blonde hair. Left his friend's house at 7:15. Not home yet.
Don't think they can hear you, George.
Oh, hadn't realised that. Do you hear that? It's the pigs.
What's the problem?
It's your house.
I'm in residence here, yes.
Squat, is it then?
That's not your problem, is it?
I'm just trying to establish who's in charge here.
You see, officer.
Shut up!
Sorry, you see, there's a few of us live here. Nobody's in charge.
Yeah, well, the point is we've had complaints about the noise and it wants keeping down, all right?
Noise? I mean, you can't call this noisy. Once I shut the door, nobody
Yeah, well,
will
that's
hear
because you just turned it down, but I heard it, and it was way over the top.
People around here don't like us because we're squatting, so we get the blame for everything. Now, that's not justice, is it?
Name? Give me your name, please.
I haven't done anything.
You're obliged to identify yourself. If you don't, we can always do it the hard way.
McHugh.
First name?
Darryl.
Carol.
No, Darryl. D-A-R...
Yeah, all right, I've got it. Now just keep the noise down, please, Mr. McHugh. We won't have to bother you
Yes,
again.
sir. Will do, sir.
Well, the noise is down. That's what matters, eh? How? Winning by appearing to lose. Like in the book.
Cobblers.
You sure? Liven up your yoghurt?
No, thanks.
No vices tonight, Viv?
I've got to be here till 6 and then I'm in court at 10 in the morning. I'll start knocking it back, I'll be fit for nothing.
CID! Yeah, put her through. Detective Sergeant Roach. Yeah, this happened to you? Oh, I see. To your flatmate. Well, can you give me your name and address? Uh-huh. And when did this take place? Earlier on this evening. Well, we should speak to her as soon as possible. Yes, a woman officer will be present to talk to your friend. We should be with you in a few minutes. Have you done the SOIT course?
Sexual offences.
Yeah, we got a rape complaint.
Where's the victim?
At the scene. We pick up the kid on the way.
Right, Sarge.
No trace of Darren McHugh, George.
Okay, cheers, June.
Don't know what you're worried about. He's only been making a noise.
A good copper trusts his instincts.
You mean he got up your nose? That could be unconscious bias, you know.
Yeah, Phil. You're dead right. I mean, you're a harmless, gormless pillock. You get up my nose.
Hello. Are you Marie Summers?
No, she's my flatmate. I rang up. Come in.
My name's Viv. What's yours?
Tina.
Is Marie here now, Tina?
She's in her room.
Do you know where the attack took place?
Here.
Were you here at the time?
No.
Which room did it happen in?
Well, her room, I suppose. I mean, she was there when I got back.
Was the man still here then? Right, Viv. You talk to Marie. I'll get some details from you.
In here.
It's the police.
Marie, my name's Viv. Can I come in?
You the police?
Yes. Can I talk to you? I see where your pocket money goes.
Sorry?
Clothes. You could open a boutique in here.
Oh, yeah, that's what I should do. I don't get the wear out of most of it.
See it, buy it, then decide you don't like it. You don't have to tell me. What's your job, Marie?
I do a bit of temping, secretarial, just this and that. I'm still getting settled, really.
Do your family live in London?
No, out in Essex.
Bachelor girl in the big city?
I never wanted this.
Marie, can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, okay.
What state was the room in?
Normal. Nothing out of the ordinary.
What about Marie?
Well, she was like curled up in a bed. Looked like she might have been crying.
Was she dressed?
Yeah.
Had she changed her clothes since then?
No. And he said, I'll see you then. As if we were still big mates. I told him to go to hell.
And that's when he left?
Yeah.
Then what did you do?
Nothing. Stayed in here. A bit later, Tina came back in. I told her. She said that we ought to ring you.
You sound as if you weren't too sure.
I thought...
Well, go on, Maria.
I thought that you blame me.
Why should we blame you?
Well, what it looks like. I mean, it looks like I was asking for it, right? I mean, I've been with him before. I let him come up here.
The point is, Marie, on this occasion he had sex with you without your consent. That's what you've told me?
Yes.
Then that's rape.
But you know what he'll say.
We'll find out what he's got to say very shortly. I'll tell you what we're going to do now, Marie. You can change your clothes here. I'll bag them up so they can be examined for evidence. Then we're going to go somewhere where you can have a medical examination, not a police station. Somewhere a lot more comfortable than that. Is that okay with you?
Do you have to do it all now?
From the point of view of getting evidence, backing up your story, the sooner the better.
There's more reports of noise from the party at Terp Street. Can you deal, George?
Okay, June, we're on our way. Back to Terp Street, my son. Party time again.
Don't know if you're approaching this one in a spirit of diplomacy and conciliation, George.
We must keep the suspect and the victim strictly apart, on separate locations, separate vehicles, separate officers. That way there can't be anything from the fence about forensic evidence crossing over.
And I'll take the SO kit to the suite.
Yeah, you've got all your sample containers in there. Pay attention to the seals and the labels.
Got it.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 5.
Sierra Oscar 5 from Sierra Oscar. Go ahead, Sergeant.
What's that?
Yeah.
We need a vehicle to take Martella and victim to the victim examination suite.
It's the pigs again!
Would you please open the door?
What noise?
Mind if I come in? I'd like to speak to Darryl McHugh, please.
Darryl? He's not here.
Come on, love, he lives here. I spoke to him the last 2 days.
No, he doesn't live here. He was just winding you up. He's gone anyway.
Look, he's totally gone.
Where to?
Angel, you know, like he hates.
Yeah, but you won't mind if I have a look round then, will you?
Go on.
These your premises, mate?
Is this it?
Come in then. Doctor's on her way. I'll take your jacket. Now, the thing about this place is you can treat it like your own. It's like a flat. Once you've had your examination, you can have a nice hot shower, wash your hair, get yourself back together properly. Excuse me a minute. Sit down, Marie. Hello, come in. Marie, this is Dr. Andrews.
Jane Andrews. Hello, Marie.
Hello.
You know why I need to examine you?
Yes.
Look, hang on. I've got to lock the place up anyway.
All right, then.
It's only a bit of a laugh. I mean, I didn't do anything.
We'll sort out who did what when we get to the station. Go on.
What'll happen?
Yeah, maybe assault. Depends on their attitude. If I sober up politely, they'll probably just get slung out in a couple of hours. Give that place a spin. I bet you find a few things.
Yes, I appreciate how late it is, Mr. Holden, but I have to see him.
That's
No,
very
no,
well, Black.
no. I'll wake him. You stay here with Mr. Holden. Mrs. Holden, Detective Sergeant Roach. Sorry about this. Where's Matthew's room?
It's the one at the end.
Matthew Holden, police. I'm arresting you for the rape of Marie Summers at approximately 11:30 last night at Northwick Street.
Take your time, Marie. Listen, I've just spoken to my colleague, Sergeant Roach. Matthew Holden's been arrested. So we believe you, right?
Yeah.
Right, what have you got for us, Doctor? We've got the bloke, so we want to move fast.
Just the basics. Intercourse has taken place recently. Before that, she's had regular intercourse. Bruising starting to emerge on the upper arms.
Force was used.
Not bad enough to be a definite indicator. The fact that she was held doesn't mean she was forced.
Problem, Doc?
Mr. Holden is refusing to give a blood sample.
You can't make me. And when do I get my clothes back?
I've already explained to you that it's in your own best interest to provide forensic evidence to establish what happened.
Feeling more like your old self?
Yeah.
Come and sit down. Can you give me that statement now?
Oh, do you need it now?
Come in. Take a seat, Matthew. You don't mind if I call you Matthew, do you?
No.
Right, well, this is just a preliminary interview, Matthew, just to check up on some details about yourself. You'll be interviewed about the alleged offence at a later date. All right? Take a seat. It's all right. Now then, Matthew Holden, you're 23 years old, you live with your parents, and you're an articled clerk with a firm of accountants, is that right?
That's right.
My brother's boy, he went in for accountancy. It's a long, hard slog, as I understand it. Yeah. He was still studying when his second kid came along. Mind you, it's a good career. Good career, as long as you pass all your exams. You've got to be a good examinee, as they say.
I've been lucky so far.
I've worked with accountants once or twice. Yeah, they're bright boys.
So then he drove you home. Did you ask him in, or did he ask to come in?
Well, he'd given me a lift home. I mean, it was out of his way. I just thought offer him a cup of coffee.
You asked him in?
Yeah.
And what did he do?
He came up behind me when I was making the coffee and put his arms round me. I said, you know, get off, I've got boiling water, yeah.
And what did he do?
Oh, he let go. He didn't make any fuss about it. Then we just took the coffee in my room. And, you know, we just talked, like, what you've been doing sort of thing.
Where were you sitting, Marie?
I sat on the bed and he was on the chair. And then he got up and came over and sat on the bed. And I kind of said, here, what's all this? And he took hold of me and he kissed me.
Did you try and stop him?
No, not then, not really. I mean, it was only a kiss. Then I sort of pulled away and said, that's your lot, good night.
In those words?
Yeah. Well, he got hold of me again and he said, oh, no, it's not. He was feeling me. I was trying to push his hand away. I said, no, stop it, I don't want this. And he said, I know what you want, and he was just like on top of me.
And were you fighting him? Resisting him?
As much as I could, but I mean, he was like on top of me. I had to get my two hands up because I was trying to lift him off, you know, just so that I could breathe.
And did you shout for help? Scream?
There wasn't anyone else in the flat. Giving the neighbours a cheap throw wouldn't have done any good, but I asked him, you know, I told him, please, Matt.
And then?
He just did it. He just did it to me.
Did what? You have to say exactly.
Oh, God, what do you want me to say? I can't say these things to you.
Look, it's all right. Let it go. You've got to get it out sometime.
It's my fault. I shouldn't have come home with him. I shouldn't have brought him in here. I should have stopped him.
Right then. I think we've had a chance to get to know each other. You're going to have to go back to the cells now. But you rest assured, Matthew, that we are just as concerned as you are to get this sorted out as quickly as possible.
So, what are we up against?
Well, Holden comes over as quite a decent chap. Good family, educated, good prospects.
So he's a nice, clean boy and Marie's a bit of a slag. That the picture?
I am just telling you how he comes over. Keep your hair on.
So what will he say? There's got to be enough forensic to put him at the scene.
Oh, you go for consent. They've got a history together.
Well, she's not denying the history. The point is, no way did she consent last night.
She invited him in. They were in her bedroom.
That's not consent to have sexual intercourse, Ted. Some blokes at this Nick should write that on the palms of their hands.
All I am saying is that so far it's consistent with consent. Now, I am looking for places to break Holden's story, all right?
It's all supposed to be over. I mean, I still don't see why you have to harass us any further.
Oh, shut it, Sean. I said they could look round, otherwise we'd have been in the nick all night.
It was a perfectly normal evening. We went back to Marie's flat, went to bed together. It had happened, I don't know how many times before.
Oh, we'll need a lot more detail than that, Matthew. You moved from the chair to her bed, where Marie was.
Sure.
Did she say anything?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
It's not easy to discuss something like this.
Of course not. But we have Marie's version of events, so obviously we'll need yours.
She might have said, "What's all this?" Sort of, well, teasing.
She might have said it.
Well, she did say that.
What did you say? Oh, come on, Matthew. She asked you a question. What did you say?
I didn't say anything. I just kissed her. She was quite willing.
Willing to be kissed?
Willing. Excited.
That's what you thought?
Good God, I'd been with the girl enough times.
And then what?
Then matters took their course, as usual.
Anything else said?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Perhaps... oh, things people say. Endearments. I don't remember.
Marie said, "That's your lot. Good night." Didn't she, Matthew?
I don't remember that.
Well, it's hardly an endearment, is it?
I don't remember her saying that.
And then you were feeling her. And she tried to push her hand away. And she said, "No, stop it. I don't want this." Do you remember that, Matthew?
She might have said, "No, stop it," but the words don't mean the same thing out of context. I knew she was just teasing. It's like saying, "Oh, naughty boy," something like that, just to increase the excitement.
And when she tried to push her hand away, was that just teasing, Matthew?
She didn't do that.
Did she do anything?
What do you mean?
I mean, did Marie Summers do or say anything to convince you that she consented? Because you haven't mentioned it so far.
You don't negotiate over a casual bit of sex. You know where you are with a girl like Marie.
I don't know Marie, Matthew.
She knows the score. If a girl like that takes you home and sprawls across the bed...
If she does that?
Well, you don't ask her to sign a contract, do you?
You knew what she wanted?
Sure I did.
In fact, you said so. I know what you want, you said.
I might have said something along those lines.
And that's good enough for you. You know Marie's mind. You don't need her consent.
She consented. She let me do it.
Oh, do you want to take a butcher's upstairs? What's in here?
That's where we put all kinds of, like, rubbish.
Well, when the floors are full, you mean?
Eh?
Did you know he was in here?
Oh, God.
Did either of you know?
Look, it's got nothing to do with us, all right?
Shout from Monroe and get an ambulance.
Sierra Oscar from 134.
Now, you realize that we're analyzing forensic evidence from you and Marie, both from your clothing and from Marie's bedroom.
Yes.
So we will be able to establish a great deal about what happened. Now, I want you to bear that in mind when you answer these next questions. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, earlier on, you said you and Marie went back to her flat. You went to bed together. But that's not exactly right, is it?
How do you mean?
Well, you had sex with Marie. There's no argument about that, is there?
No.
But going to bed together, now, in my mind, that would mean getting undressed, sliding between the sheets.
Well, it's a figure of speech.
So it isn't exactly what you meant.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
When you and Marie Summers had sex, she was almost fully dressed, wasn't she?
So what?
Marie's in her own bedroom, on her own bed, at 11:30 at night. Why wouldn't she want to get undressed?
You'd have to ask her.
We know her answer. She didn't consent to what was happening to her.
That's nonsense. Having clothes on doesn't prove anything. We were in a hurry, excited. It doesn't prove a thing.
Of course, it's easier to rearrange clothing if you're holding someone down.
I wasn't holding her down.
What if I tell you she has bruises on her arms consistent with being gripped by a man's hand?
I didn't say I didn't hold her arms. I mean, you hold someone in the act, you hold them, and that's not the same as force.
I want you to give some thought to what I'm going to put here now, Matthew. You went out with Marie. You were lovers, is that right?
Yes.
You must still have some feelings for her. Now, Marie says that you put her through a very painful and distressing experience. Well, you've got a chance to do something for her now. You can save her from talking about you and her and your intimate affairs in court. I want you to take some time and think about whether you'll do that for Marie. Will you think about that, Matthew?
I don't see the point.
Just spend some time thinking about it. Please, Matthew. You'll be helping us. You'll help Marie. And I think you'll be helping yourself too, Matthew.
Did he come across?
Oh, he did it all right. No doubt about it. And I almost had him admitting it. Well, listen to the tape. One of the longest silences on record as I stare him out. Yeah, he wanted to cough up all right. I think his whole future career flashed in front of him.
So now what? You gonna have another go?
Nah. It's 50-50. A few years ago, what we've got now wouldn't have been enough for prosecution, but times are changing. Who knows?
But you're gonna charge him?
Oh, I'll charge him all right. Policy these days for a rape. And I wouldn't want to disappoint you.
Garfield 218 4 beat, Data 1811 beat, Briggs 453 2 beat, Melvin 416 school crossing at Light Road Primary, then with Quinnan 340 on 3 beat, Sarge, and I'll have a word with you later. Stamp 595.
Well timed, Hollis.
Sorry, Sarge?
All right, lads.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Ah, Derek. Windows have arrived, sir.
Oh, splendid.
Yeah, 9 o'clock prompt this morning. All things being equal, we should have them installed in a couple of weeks. How was Brands Hill?
John McCracken's what were there.
Usual party piece, was it?
Cocktail sausages all over the lounge bar after dinner. Still, the lectures were good. Why's it going to take 2 weeks?
Well, the contractors are refitting the front office.
We're going to finish up with this place looking like a building society.
Well, to be fair to them, the plans have been changed around.
What do you expect, Ken? Nice looking woman, fancy car, I'm surprised Burnside hasn't asked for a phone number.
Yeah, well.
Look, if I ask about Maria and you, it's because it could affect your plans. Well, it has been known, right?
It's a bit early for that, Sarge.
Well, what is she? A solicitor?
Barrister.
Oh, very nice. And how does she feel about you?
Come off it, Sarge.
All right. Keep your hair on. Talking about the job. Perhaps you'd like to see some stripes on your arm.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, perhaps you should think about it. I know I'd like you to think about it.
Well, I have done. I mean, of course it's crossed my mind. It's a good 2 years study to the exams and a fair bit of work.
True.
I don't know. I suppose... Oh, I don't know if I should take the plunge. I mean, if I did, it means I'm sort of committed to staying.
And you're not? Committed?
Well, not necessarily, no.
That's news to me.
Well, it's... Oh, I don't know. When I started this job, I really thought I could do something. You know, help people, I suppose. But I've been in the job long enough to realise that's not necessarily what it's all about.
Oh, I see. It's the Yorkie Smith syndrome. Well, Yorkie Smith has got himself a job with a private security company in Sheffield. How much more job satisfaction do you think he gets out of that?
I think I got a lot more going for me than that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got A-levels. I could go to university. It's not too late. I've been thinking about it.
Well, perhaps you should think about it some more, because I, for one, would hate to see you go. But if you are going to stay, you've got to pull your finger out.
A wheel coming off the CPS is par for the course, isn't it? But a wheel coming off the old station, it all goes pear-shaped. They're extending it, that's all. Yeah, but why, Tone? I mean, they're giving us all this guff about ergonomics and logistics and demographics, but what they're not telling us is it's all gone pear-shaped. It might be a load of gas pipes and cement bags to you, but to me, it is personnel changes.
Just what have you heard?
Look, Fraser's gone. Monroe turns up. Viv's been pushed upstairs. And where is Turnham? People are being groomed. National CID, National Police Force.
Oh, hasn't it ever happened to you? Couple of pints. You get her a third Malibu and it's, you're the old Bill, aren't you?
No, it's never happened, Dave. Mind you, I take my uniform off at the end of the shift.
Excuse me, sir. You do know it's an offence to position your vehicle with its bonnet obstructing a pedestrian crossing, don't you?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, mate. Do you always drive like that, do you? Not giving yourself enough time to stop?
No, of course I don't. No key. Right, out you get, mate.
Hey?
Come on out.
Right.
Leave it out, mate.
I mean, it's not nicked. I never bloody nicked it.
Okay,
so it's not nicked. Let's have a look at your licence and insurance, eh?
I don't carry them with me everywhere. I haven't got it all the time, have
where's the keys, then?
I? Lost them. How'd you start it, then?
Sierra Oscar from 416 receiving, over.
Sierra Oscar receiving. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, can I have a PNC check, Sarge, on a Blue XJS registration Golf Mike Bravo 147.
So you hot-wired your dad's car, did you? All right, what's his name?
David Smith.
Pull the other one, for God's sake.
Seriously, mate, it's true. He bought the car with his redundancy money.
416 from Sierra Oscar, receiving, over.
You go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, Ken, your Jag. Lost or stolen BK section since 1300 hours today.
It wasn't me,
Registered keeper is Colonel Jeffrey Mansfield Benson.
Yeah, his last APA was very good, but he didn't say anything about moving up the ranks.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, they meet people and they start thinking about their prospects.
Yeah, and then decide to leave.
Exactly. I think he's promising material. I'd hate to see him go. I think he just needs a bit of a shove in the right direction.
We're never going to secure this. Someone's going to have to drive it back.
Nah, just lock it up and leave it.
What with?
Sarge, that van. We got Reg and Tony here with a Panda.
Come on, mate, just give it a rest, eh?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sarge. Apologies.
It'll be a foreign market, this. Got to be, hasn't it? Stands to reason. Yeah.
Aren't you going to switch this thing off?
There are no keys, Reginald.
Well, I was stuck in Kensington without a lift home, wasn't I? So rather than walk, you thought, I know, I'll nick a Jag.
Oh,
I was saving on bus fares, wasn't I?
You always as lippy as this, mate.
Here, this is going to overheat.
I'm going to have to drive this back, Ken.
Hold up, whose body is this?
Someone's got to take it to Barton Street.
Yeah, Dave will do that, won't you, Dave?
Great.
Do us a favour, Tony, and whack him down there in the Panda, eh?
Well, where's the motor going?
Oh, that'll be Sunhill. Barton Street's full.
Barton Street. OK, Reg, let's go.
Well, no, I thought I'd go back with Ken as it goes. Refs.
Well, I'm showing refs at Barton Street.
Yeah, I heard. It's your night, is it?
I can see why you're concerned about all this, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you've got a point. These figures are correct. They've wasted thousands in man-hours alone.
What figures are those?
Page 2. Look, Derek, I know you're anxious to get away early. If there's any interest, I've got a lodge meeting myself at 8 o'clock. The sooner we get this sorted out, the sooner we both can leave, OK?
Yes, I'm sorry, Ellison.
Just that in my experience, it doesn't pay to criticise these contractors too roundly. Especially in print. You never know whose son-in-law you may be talking about.
So anyway, Ken, I'm standing there, right, and there's what, 6 blokes behind me? And I'm wearing my uniform, you know, which is what...
Hold up. Hang on, mate. All right.
Which is the worst thing, you know, because they're all looking at you. And up it comes. Your card has been retained, insufficient funds. Refer to branch. I mean, I know I'm behind, but what's 50 quid to them, eh?
So you want to borrow some money then, Reg?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to ask, but they're shut on Monday.
How much?
Well, how much you got?
I'm going out tonight, Reg.
Yeah. You're loaded.
Yeah, all right, come on.
Yeah, but I only need 50. Hello, is this Linda?
Maria. Come on, give us it back.
Hold up. She's got a lovely smile, ain't she?
Yeah, I'll tell her you said so, Reg.
No, seriously. She's nicely put together in every respect. Well, every respect I can see. Here, you got any more?
No, and that's all I'm lending you.
Oh, comes expensive, does she?
Leave it out, Reg.
Yeah, she would do a bird like that. You don't want to spoil her, you know. Buy you a tea.
Reg! Up here a minute.
You can give it to me, Derek. I'll get Monroe to organise a Panda. I'll see you in the morning.
Yes. Good night, sir.
Good night. It's a bit upmarket for you, isn't it, Melvin?
Stolen, sir. Nice, though.
Well, don't block the yard up with it. Put it over there.
Actually, I thought I could pop it in the gap over
Well,
there.
you can move that stuff. Keep the place as tight as we can.
Sir.
Eric, you've addressed this to the DAC. It's meant to go to the Commander Support.
Sorry.
Hollis! Hollis!
Paul, get some torches. Young, get back in there, you two. Anybody there? Anybody there? Anybody there? I don't know, Sarge!
Easy, Reg.
Rod! You're right, can you move?
Shoulder, shoulder. He's Ken! Quick, give us a hand!
You hear me? Oh, you tell us your names, huh?
It's all right.
It's all right.
Okay.
Get your standards.
Yeah, just get me off this.
Make sure you're all right. You did tell us your name, did you?
I just want to go to sleep.
It can't have been meant for us.
No?
Well, it was a stolen car. One of my officers brought it in.
You identified the owner?
A Colonel Benson from Kensington. Sergeant Peters has all the details.
Right, I want to see this bloke, Wilkes. Brian, you get his details from the sergeant and then start the search.
Yeah, the whole lot fenced off. The last thing we want is rubbernecks.
Geoffrey Benson. I always thought he was lucky.
Derek?
So, how you feeling? Down on his shoulder, can't move it. How many others?
Well, 2 of the civilian staff, you and Reg. Melvin's in intensive care. He was just about hanging on when they brought him in.
Any ideas yet?
Well, from the extent of the blast, I'd say you're looking at more than 2 pounds of Semtex. I'm also expecting to find traces of a timing device when we actually search the area. You know, it's that sort of bomb. Your PC stamp?
Yes, sir.
Chief Superintendent Davidson, SO13. This is Detective Constable Barrett. So, using my powers of deduction, I take it that you are Kenny Wilkes.
Yeah, that's right.
Has he been cautioned?
Yes, sir.
Right, you steal cars, do you, Mr. Wilkes?
I don't have to answer that.
I should think very carefully before you decide not to cooperate with us, Mr. Wilkes, because you are in one heap of trouble. Now, we're from a department at Scotland Yard called SO13. Do you know what SO13 is?
Dunno. Catering?
No, not catering. Don't get funny. We're anti-terrorist squad. Does he know about this bomb in the car?
I haven't said anything, sir.
Oh, this is a wind-up, isn't it?
I wish it was. That bomb exploded and seriously injured a police officer earlier this evening. So what can you tell me about you and this car?
I've already said. I borrowed it.
How long have you been watching Colonel Benson?
What?
Colonel Geoffrey Manfield Benson, 2nd Parachute Regiment. How long?
Look, I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, come on, what is this? This is a wind-up, isn't it?
No, it isn't. Now stop prattling about and tell us what happened.
Why don't you go and get us some teas?
Sir.
Tom, how's it going?
Yeah, he's gonna cough. I reckon it'll do him much good though. Tea leaf, innit? You get in a car with a bomb in it? Any news on Ken?
Yeah. He's dead.
Press conference in half an hour.
Sir.
I'll take it myself if the DAC hasn't all right. Right. Where was Ken Melvin from, Bob, do you know?
Hertfordshire, sir. Both his parents are retired school teachers. And apparently as a brother he was very close to.
I'd like to think somebody that knew him broke the news to him rather than a Hertfordshire lads. I'll try and get over myself later on.
Do you think you're up to it, sir?
Look, if anybody else asks me if I'm fit for duty, I'm going to lose my temper. Just leave it out, will you?
You were watching Benson.
Look, I wasn't all right.
You're lying.
I'm not lying, I just told you a couple of times.
Look at him. He's asking the questions.
I was just passing.
You were sighted on 3 separate occasions before tonight. You were photographed looking at his car in the garage under his block of flats.
Well, it's a smart car.
It was a smart car. It isn't anymore. I'll show it to you. Then we'll go to the hospital and see the injuries you caused.
Look, you gotta believe this. What I'm telling you is the truth. I swear on my life, I mean, it's a ring. Like, there's a bloke called Goodwin who runs cars out of Anslow to go to the continent, Japan, America, you name it.
You can't take me in with all that. We've got informants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We know that you were watching Benson. We know that he was one of several.
I told you I don't know what you're on about.
Don't get smart.
What do you mean smart? I don't know what you mean. I just went there to sell the car and that's all.
Look, we're not interested in the theft of the car. You're going to be charged with murder.
Look, I don't know what else you want me to say. What else do you want me to say?
You know what else to say.
Yeah, I want a brief.
Well, you're not having one. We can hold you for 7 days before we need even consider that.
I was in the car with him. I drove back with him.
Yes, I know.
I was short, you see. The machine had taken my cash card.
What are you talking about?
Money. He lent me some. Well, I sort of took it, really. Not that he minded. I mean, you know what he was like. But what am I going to do with it now?
Give it to his relatives.
Yeah, I suppose I could. Or I'll give it to someone who needs it, like a charity or something. If only I knew what he wanted me to do with it.
I mean, you thought you'd gone in and stuff. It's unbelievable.
Dave?
All right. You're right, Tim. Look, I was sorry to hear about your mate. Guts you, doesn't it?
Fit then?
Yep.
Put you through it, did they?
Well, there wasn't much I could tell them.
Nor me. They could have said something to us, though.
Eh?
They've been watching that Colonel Benson geezer for weeks.
What?
They said they knew he was a target. They've had him under surveillance, haven't they?
He's here. Sir.
DAC Adams. Could you tell Chief Superintendent Brownlow in here?
Yes, sir, if you'd like to follow me. Sir.
Sir. Charles, how are you bearing up?
Well, we're all rather shaken, sir, but it's under control.
Yes, of course. I'd like to have a look around for myself first.
Right.
Who have you got from the terrorist squad?
Chief Superintendent Davidson's here.
Yeah, he's a good man. Just the one fatality, I understand.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Has anyone been informed?
Yes, sir, the next of kin, there's somebody with them now.
Good.
There's nothing any of us lot can do. The place is swarming with forensic SO13. Yeah, so am I. Yeah, you're right. Look, I'll see you in the morning.
Jim Carver was at Hendon with Ken, was he?
Yeah, they were mates.
Yeah, and he was quite close to quite a few people on this relief.
Yes, of course. I just didn't know he was a particular friend.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go out and get a bit of fresh air.
Dave? Tony, all right?
No.
Now, come on, there's work to be done. Eh? It's time for all that later.
Didn't have to happen, did it?
Well, none of us know what's going to happen, do we?
They knew. They could have stopped it. All of this.
What are you talking about?
SO13. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, wait a minute. And what is all this?
Benson was expected at the barracks as usual at 6 o'clock. The bomb must have been timed to detonate shortly after his arrival.
Are you going to get a result with the man you're holding?
No, it seems unlikely. You'll get something out of this. Nice little export business in bent motors.
You had him under observation.
Now, hold on.
You were watching him.
All right, Bob, that'll do.
Ask him.
Ask him! You knew he was a target, didn't you? Oh, what about us? Hey? Where does it put us?
What is all this? We're working in the interests of national security. What do you want, an advert in the newspaper?
Do what?
All right, Bob, that's enough now. Come on.
If you were watching him, why did you let that motor get nicked?
I don't have to answer this, Sergeant.
Yes, you do. Because one of my lads is dead because of your lot.
Do you think I wanted this? Do you think I let this happen? How do you think I feel?
What kind of an outfit are you running?
All right, that's enough, Sergeant Cryer. I can take a certain amount of this because I know you're upset, but that's it for now. Okay?
All right, Bob, come on. That's enough. All right. Exactly how much did you know?
I'm sorry, sir. That's classified information.
I think we'd better get the press conference underway. We won't be needing to talk to you again tonight. Now, obviously, information is still being gathered, and there is a long way to go before any firm conclusions can be reached. We do know that the car was stolen from an address in Kensington this afternoon, and that the device was already in place.
Have any terrorist groups claimed responsibility? And do we know who the bomb was meant for?
So far, we've heard from no organisations. We do know the name and address of the owner of the vehicle, and it's safe to assume that he was the target.
And what about the policeman who was killed?
Yes, his name is P.C. Kenneth Melvin. He had 7 years distinguished service with the Metropolitan Police, the last 5 of which were spent at Sun Hill. He was aged 26, unmarried, and he was a very popular officer.
And that means everyone. Now let's get through this morning with as much dignity as possible. I don't want anyone avoiding trouble, but I do want you all on that bus at 2:30. Is that clear? Right, one more thing. Mr. Conway has asked for someone to do a reading at the church this afternoon. So I need a volunteer. Any takers? Come on, somebody. June, what about you? Right, that's it then. Now remember what I said, let's get through today with a bit of dignity. Now everyone out there knows what's going on, so just get on that bus at 2:30. Right, off you go. June, hold on. June, about this reading.
I can't do it, Sarge.
Oh, come on, June. Do it for Ken.
No, that's just the point. I'd be too upset. I can't do it.
Look, who else
I'm
am I...
sorry, there's no way.
Stupid. I'll do it. I can read.
No, of course. No, if you want to, yeah. Have a word with Mr. Conway when he comes in and tell you what he wants. Right, thanks, Tony.
I'm sorry, Sarge.
You, Stamp?
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, I don't know how much Sergeant Cryer has explained, but Melvin's parents asked if a member of the relief would read a lesson. Here we are. 23rd Psalm. It's quite short. Shouldn't have any problems.
Should be here around 7:30, I reckon.
There's no chance of this overrunning, is there?
What do you mean?
Oh, this afternoon.
One thing at a time, eh? We've got enough on our plate without worrying about funerals.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that we get there. I'd like to get changed first.
You want the day off or something?
No. I just don't want to turn up late dressed in work here, that's all. I want to show a bit of respect.
Oh, I see. Well, if I'd known you were that worried about it, I'd have taken an ad out in the Standard. All villains, please note. There will be no criminal activity on the afternoon of the 27th.
Come on, feet, Gov.
Well, they ain't got no respect, have they?
No, but I thought you might have for a fellow officer.
Don't lecture me, girl.
Come on, test me again.
Look, what do you want to learn it for anyway? You'll have it in front of you.
It's just safer, that's all. Come on then, next bit. I shall not want. He makes me...
Maketh me.
He maketh me lie down in green pastures.
To lie down?
What if Milligan's off work?
Burnside snout will tell us.
Yeah, but what if he's off?
Is there some terrible epidemic raging around the East End lowlife or something?
No, I was just wondering how long we might be sitting here not knowing if it's a blowout.
There's plenty of time yet.
Right, Kathy will take over from 11, then we'll have to wing it until 2.
This rehearsal won't take long, will it?
I shouldn't think so.
Bob, can I have a word?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I'm going to take a back seat on this one. I hardly knew the lad. I'll leave everything up to you if that's all right. If you want any help, let me know.
Right, sir.
Those of us who were fortunate enough to work alongside Kenneth Melvin will mourn the tragic loss of a much-loved and valued colleague, and will regret the untimely end of a very promising career.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with that?
Well, it's not important, but I was just thinking about the time when Melvin was on holiday, when he should have been in court.
Yeah. Well, perhaps I should just say promising career.
Yeah, that's the estate I was telling you about. You get pretty rough in there sometimes.
I shouldn't think it's any worse than Birmingham.
Oi! What do you think you're doing? You should never run into the road like that. You won't play for England if you're squashed.
I'm Scottish.
Oh, well, that's different. They'll take anybody.
Just one more time.
Look, why don't I do the reading, yeah?
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar. Suspects on at Prime's Warehouse, St. Paul's Road. Respond.
We're on our way, Sarge. Saved.
No chance, mate.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no...
Wakey, wakey. That's Milligan going in now. Watch him.
Bob Cryer seems pretty cool.
Wouldn't you be?
SO13, they told us what was going on. Or if they'd been doing their job properly, they'd have seen the bomb being planted. Or at least have seen the car being stolen. This need never have happened.
They can't watch these people all the time.
No. No, that's too expensive. Try telling that to Melvin's parents.
There's a woman in that block called Alice. She keeps calling us in to turn her gas fire on and off. Claims she can't do it herself. She's gonna love you. Really, she just wants to... Morning, Joan. Morning.
People seem friendly enough round here.
Yeah, they're all right when they behave themselves. And when they're sober.
And what's a good Saturday night, eh?
Or Friday night. Or Thursday night, or Wednesday night.
Morning.
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 Oh, sorry to hear about that young bloke of yours that got killed.
Yeah, thanks. Oh well, we managed to get through most of the morning without talking about it.
He's chatting to a man at the back gate, Gov.
Could be a punter.
All right, keep your eyes on him.
So the idea is the punter parks nearby and Milligan takes the stuff out to him?
Yeah, but it's cleverer than that. Milligan takes a sales docket out with him, but it's not for those goods. That's how he gets past security. Unless security's in on it, of course. We'll soon find out, anyway.
You wouldn't catch me doing it.
Don't know what you mean.
Well, you'll be up there in front of everyone. Conway, Brownlow, the Assistant Commissioner, all of us.
Suppose so. Haven't thought about it.
Well, I'd rather you than me, mate.
You're doing your bit. I would have done it, only I'm too tall for the rest of you short asses.
We're only carrying him in. That's nothing. At least I hope it is. Yeah. How much did old Ken wage, you reckon? Shouldn't think it could have been more than 10.5. Hey, what do you reckon?
Dunno.
Right, Barry, how's it going?
Oh, fine, thanks, Skip.
Good, good. Well, I've got a job for you. I want you to go and turn Allison's fire on. Right, the van's outside. You've got 5 minutes, wherever you're going. Right, gents, 5 minutes.
I know I hardly knew him. I really liked him. I don't suppose any of us have got used to it yet. I keep expecting him to walk in. Must be even worse for you.
I don't want to talk about it, OK?
The route from the road to the church is fairly easy and straightforward. Form a line here at the curb. The hearse will pull up and just pass the entrance. Once it's stopped, get into your 2 lines of 3 at the rear. Mr. Porter's men will then open the back and take out the pegs. You just slide out the coffin, raise to the shoulders, and left wheel. Any questions? Right, let's have a go then, shall we? It's all right, it's only our practice one.
Come on in. You could have given them a bit of a shine, couldn't you?
Sorry, Sarge.
Where's Tony?
I don't know, Sarge.
Oh, there you are. Come on, we're all waiting for you.
Yeah, OK, Sarge. Just a sec.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
Look, I don't know how you feel, but I'm angry about this. Angrier than I've been in a long time. But who do you blame? Who do you take it out on, eh?
Don't know, Sarge.
No. Neither do I. And that's the worst thing. We're just a poor bloody foot soldiers, that's what we are. Yeah. That's better. Come on, let's get it over with.
OK, off you go.
Go,
look, if he's clean, we'll call it a day and go. All right? Now just get on with it and stop prattling about.
Could you point out the officer reading the lesson? I'd like a quick word, if I may.
Yes, of course. That's him over there. PC Stamp, the tall one.
That rehearsal, OK?
Yeah, nothing to it.
Yeah.
PC Stamp? Harry Facer, how do you do? I believe you're doing the reading.
That's right, yeah.
Good. Well, you won't have to wait too long. After the coffin has been brought in, we shall sing a hymn. Then I'll say a few brief words of introduction, and then I'll nod to you and you come forward to the lectern, and that's it. I'll make sure the Bible's open to the 23rd Psalm.
Oh, that's all right, sir. I've learned it.
You're a marvel, mate.
Yeah, well, you've got to get...
Excuse me, gents. Police, would you like to open that parcel for us?
Where's Beth?
You've got 3 seconds. Come on.
Oh, Taff.
All right, Tony?
Expect to see you here.
Well, I couldn't really miss it, could I? It was a colleague when all's said and done. And you know us Welsh, can't miss a good funeral.
You coming up the pub later?
Maybe. Actually, no, I've got to get back.
Yeah. Well, better go in. See you later.
Yeah.
Now look, it's me, Darryl, George, and it'll be Tom, Phil, and you. But I still don't get it.
Look, I'm at the front, you two are behind me on the left-hand side, that's all.
If you stand at the left, at the back, that's
Hello,
it, as
Yorkie,
we agreed.
hi.
Yorkie, eh? Turning up, yeah.
Hey, Yorkie. All right, Yorkie. Yeah. Stay for a minute. I'm Phil Young.
All right, you okay? All right.
So how's the security business?
Pays?
A bit safer than this job as well, eh?
As such. Thought I'd come to the wrong place. Got here early.
No, this is it.
Time to start.
10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Right. Best be getting in then, eh?
Yeah, well, we'll see you later then.
Maybe.
Maria, isn't it? Melvin's bit of stuff.
Yeah. Why isn't she with the family?
You don't think they approve, do you? You've been going out with that Michelle girl for years.
Here they are.
Gloves on. Take a weight and up. To the left.
Remember leading off with the inside foot. 1, 2, 1.
We shall sing hymn number 688. Who would true valor see, let him come hither. We are met in this solemn moment to commend Kenneth Melvin into the hands of Almighty God, our Heavenly Father. In the presence of death, Christians have sure ground for hope and confidence and even for joy, because the Lord Jesus Christ, who shared our human life and death, was raised again triumphant and lives forevermore. In him, his people find eternal life. Let us, in humble trust, hear the words of the Holy Scripture.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his own name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
There you go.
Cheers.
Well done, sir.
I reckon you earned that, mate.
Yeah, and a lot more.
I feel better now.
Yeah, what do you mean? I suppose that's what the service is for, isn't it? For us. Well, us and the family. Well, it won't do Ken much good, will it?
Suppose not.
All right?
Yes, thanks.
I was just saying, I feel better now after the service.
Well, I'm glad someone does, because I don't. I won't feel any better till someone at the top, and I mean way above Mr. Brownlow, has the decency to admit that they've cocked up. What do you think the chances of that are, eh? No, no one at the top's going to say they're sorry, because they're not. We're dispensable girls, all of us. You better remember that.
You see, I was right about Michelle. She was with the family, not Maria.
Yeah, of course I feel sorry for all of them. I mean, occasions like this really ought to bring people together.
And nothing brings people together except lust, terror, or hard cash.
We did get there on time, though, didn't we?
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Did it ever occur to you, Martella? Did it ever enter that lead-lined skull of yours that we might have been a touch overmanned on this morning's piddling little caper? Do you know why I arranged that? Because it was nice and easy, and it would all be over by lunchtime, so we'd have plenty of time to get to the church. It was supposed to be a nice little family outing, right? And what happens? The kids start playing up. Are we nearly there? Never again. It's Maria, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
I can't tell you how sorry we all are about Ken. We're going to miss him. Can I buy you a drink?
No, thanks. I was looking for the officer who did the reading.
What's that? There he is.
Thank you. Hello? Tony, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I just wanted to thank you for doing the reading. You did it very well.
No, I was terrible, but thanks anyway. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. Got things to do. I suppose we all have, really.
Yeah. Goes on, eh? Can't stop it. Oi, have a pint.